Hello, Just2Good here, and let's get on to episode, I think, 9 of Just2Mail, where in the comment sections, you do hashtag Just2Mail and I answer your questions. Alright, so we have from Cat Be Weird. As a former LEGO collector selling off her collection bit by bit, did you know a whole bunch of pre-80s LEGO bricks contains trace amounts of highly toxic cadmium dyes, and some older LEGO products have tested for high levels of toxic lead, mercury, and other dangerous chemicals? Look it up. Seriously. I didn't know that. I guess old LEGO can be dangerous? Alright, duck bricks, please be careful. Please be careful. Personally, I don't get too many sets from the 80s and 70s nowadays, but, well, they said pre-80s, so before the 80s even. You know, like the 80s, I get some sets, but most of my nostalgic LEGO collecting is from the 90s, and where I grew up, the 2000s and the early 2010s. But yeah, I do have a few 70s sets though, so some of those early Fabuland sets I might have to get rid of. Oh no. Next up, what are your thoughts on a minifigure series for the Scooby Doo theme if they make a return through a set like the Mystery Machine and LEGO Ideas? Jacob Hoffeld said. Well, I would love a return for LEGO Scooby Doo. I mean, I thought that theme was just so much fun. I love getting a classic animated property. As fleshed out as that, you know, even more fleshed out than, say, the Simpsons theme if you count less minifigures. But, like, I got 5 sets, like 5 substantial sets. You could count the dimensions and the polybag as well for a little bit more than that. And it was kind of cool to see those classic interpretations of many characters, but mostly kind of like a generic spooky theme. But I think our best bet is getting like a UCS Mystery Machine. Kind of like what they did with the Back to the Future set, where we got one recently, and that had 2 new minifigures. And I could see them putting all of the Mystery Inc. gang. Of course, Velma is so much money now, it's kind of crazy. I'm lucky to thankfully have all the sets. Toa Brick Octopus asked, am I autistic? I am not autistic. I'm not on the autism spectrum. A lot of my friends nowadays are on the autism spectrum, and you know, you being on the autism spectrum doesn't make you more nice or more mean or anything like that. But I find that a lot of my autistic friends are so much more understanding and less judgmental than a lot of my neurotypical friends. And a lot of my autistic friends have a lot of the same hobbies and interests I do. And discuss them to the degree I do. So yeah, I relate to a lot of autistic friends and stuff like that, but personally I'm not on the autism spectrum. There's like a stereotype that every trans person is like autistic or something, which that's not true. I'm not autistic. But you know, thanks for asking, and to any of the viewers who are autistic, I respect you. But yeah, next question. Why do you think LEGO hasn't done more with Doctor Who? High Voltage 7797 asks, it's a big franchise with 60 years of history, plenty of minifigure and set potential. From what I heard personally is that those sets didn't sell well. The Ideas set and the Dimension sets. I do know Cyberman was in a lot of Dollar Trees here. Right, the Cyberman, I don't watch the show. Of course, there's so much potential there, and I wish it sold well. I don't watch the show, but it just seems like such a fun license to have more stuff of. But LEGO cares about sales, and it just didn't sell as well, so that kind of sucks. Hopefully we'll get another set in the future. Alright, so Lupin is Thinking says, will you ever get into Juzo Itami's movies? I marathoned them a year ago and I've been campaigning for him ever since. He might be my favorite director. I haven't seen any of Juzo Itami's movies. I know he did Tampopo, which I have on Criterion, and I still haven't seen it. I know, I gotta see it for sure. I'm sure he did some other great movies, but besides Tampopo, which one would you recommend me start with? I will usually watch movies based on the director, so great, thank you for the director recommendation, you know, especially one who I haven't seen anything from. And then Joel NGO 9849 says, have you started or planning on starting voice training? I did take voice training at the beginning of the year, but I kind of stopped. I will return probably next year because I had a fantastic teacher and it was helping me a bit. But as you can see from some videos, sometimes my voice is high like this or low like this. It's not fun to switch between. So, you know, it's going to be a long journey. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that hormones actually help. You just got to actually train it yourself. I was taking voice training through learning how to sing. Not that I could sing really well, but that apparently sped up the voice feminization process, oddly enough, which I didn't know before. Anyways, SpongeBob Disney Mario Fan 3715 says, what are some ways the Harry Potter movies do not hold up to me? Because I kind of referenced this before. Is it because of writing inconsistencies, like Harry not having his mother's eyes based on the flashbacks, or because of many problems that happen in series that could have been avoided by some characters if they were wiser in their decisions? Well, for me personally, I love the Harry Potter movies growing up, but yeah, with my more critical eye, I feel like the Harry character is just not interesting. Like, his backstory is interesting, but he's just really moody and not very interesting. Moody like Mad Eye. And I feel like they pull out a convenience for any spell to fix like any situation they're kind of in. Potterhead, debate that in the comments, but that's, yeah, they don't really hold up to me, honestly. And I guess maybe the third one will be the most interesting to revisit because it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who really added his visual flair to that. But then they get to that boring style that I forgot his David Yates, I think it is, for like 5 through the rest of the series, and it's like very boringly directed, but that's not about the writing, you know. So yeah, those were like 2 things that stuck out to me. I also think they're very kind of overlong, especially like Chamber of Secrets. When I revisited that, I was like, yeesh. How did I come up with the name Sarah Simon Lego Son asks 7082? Were you named after someone specific, or did you just like the sound of it? I think I explained this in the coming out video, but Sarah was a name I used way back in Pokemon Fire Red, when the first question of "Are you a boy or a girl?" was ever presented to me. Pokemon transed me, as some dumbasses say. But yeah, so it was just like, whoa, and I put Sarah, and I don't know where it came from, and I spelled it with an H and everything like I do now. Conspiracy, it might have came from like the Land Before Time, where there's like Sarah the Triceratops, who I always liked as a character. I don't know. I literally don't know where it came from, but that's like my only like, but that wasn't spelled like Sarah. So I don't know. Back in 2004, that's what I put. Or was it 2005 when Fire Red came out? Who knows? Edgar Left asks, are you still planning on having a Lego museum? Yes, I am still planning on having a Lego museum, but it'll probably be half of a movie theater because I want to have my own movie theater sometime. Okay, Amity Lose 2022, appropriate name, asks, have you ever seen the Owl House? Would you like to see Lego sets made of it? If so, I would love to see an idea set sometime, which I know would make so many people happy. I have seen the Owl House, and unfortunately it's not really for me. I've watched a couple episodes with Just2Red because they were really into that, and it was just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. But I'm glad people enjoy it because it's cool to enjoy some animated shows and everything that put effort into their writing. Curboyo Productions asks, do you glue your Lego? And you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce your username. I do not glue my Lego, ever. I'm sorry. I can't do that. That's sacrilegious. No, you know, anybody can do what they want with their Lego, but I don't want to ever, like, not be able to take them apart. Come on, I'm not going to craggle them. And thank you so much, RVN Got the Fallen, who says, I'm beautiful and I look happy. Thank you. I appreciate it. What are your thoughts on MegaConstrux Pokemon? I actually did reviews way back on MegaConstrux Pokemon, and my thoughts were they were surprisingly decently made, but a lot of them don't translate well. Like the Pikachu looked awful. There's some other examples of ones that I've seen on shelves that look awful. Clearly, I would want Lego Pokemon. I mean, I just like the Lego system more than MegaConstrux, but it doesn't seem like Lego's getting it anytime soon. And I think that might be it for now. I have so many more questions, and I love the questions you'll ask me, and keep submitting them, and sorry if I didn't get to any today. But 2 things, my camera keeps running out of memory, so I gotta fix that. Second thing, I wanna play Mario Wonder. So I'm gonna drive out to, I don't know, Target or GameStop and pick up Mario Wonder right now, because I've been dying to play that. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, just hashtag just2mail in the comments below. Check out previous episodes. Subscribe here for more Lego fun content and videos and question and answer videos. And you can ask me anything. Peace out. Bye.